Good morning, everyone. Thank you for meeting with me today. We are in lovely Fish Creek Park, and I am happy to be hosting this practice online and also in person with this group. So thank you for meeting with me here today. And just taking a couple deep breaths as we connect to our bodies and to this present moment. Noticing where we are pulled to future and past, and bringing that back to here and now with the feeling of my feet connecting to the ground, my mat, the rise and fall of the torso with each breath, listening to all of the beautiful sounds around us. Here we've got many birds, a little bit of traffic. There goes a bus. And as we begin today's theme, I would like all of us to continue, eyes open or closed, continuing to be mindful of our present moment, cycling between our various anchors, so that we can let go of what is pulling us from the past, what is pulling us toward the future, and enjoy this very current, wonderful spring moment. Today's Father's Day, and so it's a wonderful opportunity to explore the concept of the divine masculine. Many of us may have complex, unpleasant, unknown relationships with our fathers. Many of us may be fathers or not. And so, in honor of Father's Day today, we will explore the concept of the divine masculine. And this is something, if you've been with me, we've been doing for years. I love this topic. And continuing to breathe, noticing the rise and fall of the torso, noticing the connection of our sit bones to the ground. There is a lot of talk about masculinity today, and that talk is as old as time. Plato was complaining that Aristotle's generation were going to ruin. So this fear of young men not being macho enough, this is ancient and, not worthy of us to poke around here. Sociologically, however, that is a super interesting context. But we don't have to perform our gender in some divine way to be worthy of love. And the divine masculine it consists of qualities that aren't limited to men only. We have to embody these in many aspects of our lives all the time. And these are useful ways to consider the concept of masculinity in an age where it is thought that there is a crisis of masculinity. And what we would like to focus on are how can we embody qualities like strength, protection, discipline, action, but also encompass other divine masculine qualities like emotional maturity, responsibility, and a willingness to serve. So masculinity wouldn't be about being dominant or aggressive, but rather a balanced energy that fosters growth, provides guidance, and encourages positive change. So some of the qualities I will just list off, and let's sit with each for a moment, just inhaling and exhaling. Be willing to explore and expand this quality in our own lives, being grateful for where the qualities of the divine masculine in others have shaped us and guided us. Resilience, maturity, responsibility, commitment, strength and protection that stands firm, not only in the place of physical insecurity, but emotional and spiritual insecurity. So looking for emotional and psychological maturity and strength, we are well beyond the domain of the physical. Action and purpose that fosters positive changes in the world and that isn't self-centered. Discipline and responsibility that involves setting clear, practical, loving intentions, following through on commitments, taking ownership of one's actions and their consequences. Guidance and leadership through giving direction and purpose, not with domination, but with clarity, wisdom, and a commitment to serving others. Emotional intelligence, acknowledging and managing emotions in a healthy way rather than suppressing them. Embracing emotional depth and vulnerability while maintaining inner strength. Resilience in the face of emotional and physical adversity. Empathy and compassion, allowing for understanding and connection with others on a deeper level. Authenticity and integrity, being true to oneself and acting with honesty and integrity at all times. By honoring these qualities in ourselves and others, we are better enabled to lead creative, fulfilling, responsible, mature lives. And let's just sit with those qualities for a moment. How wonderful it feels to inhale and exhale our recognition of those qualities within ourselves, our willingness to nurture them in ourselves and others, to step out of battle mode, fear, competition, the need to win. Just step out of that into something bigger and better. I think one of the most surprising qualities of the divine masculine, because it's so opposed to, let's say, the psychotic masculine, which is what is dominant today, and which is what many men of heart and sense absolutely can't abide and are walking away from, is the fact that embodying the divine masculine means being a caretaker. And being a caretaker does not mean being an authoritarian, whimsical dictator. It's something much greater, requiring sacrifice, courage, noble thought, connecting to what is highest and best in ourselves and allowing that to guide our thoughts, our words, our actions, our decision-making process. It's a big job, Spider-Man. And as we inhale, continuing to honor our commitment to nurturing the divine masculine qualities in ourselves and others, and letting go what doesn't serve. Being stuck in fear, in shame, in worry, anxiety. Certainly, we may be stuck there for medical, mental health reasons. But there's a lot we can do by changing our thinking and our habits of thinking. As we continue our practice over the week, let's commit to shifting when we fall into old patterns of fear, shame, and failure, dwelling on those, amplifying those within our sub and unconscious minds. And inhaling the wonderful qualities of the Divine Masculine. I am a caretaker. I am committed to developing spiritual and emotional maturity, resilience, I am committed first and foremost to being a guide to myself and others, following what is highest and best for myself and others. I am committed to putting the overall needs of my community ahead of my own insecurities, such as a drive for power, ambition, money, and let's continue to inhale and exhale our commitment to nurturing the Divine Masculine qualities, and to let go of what doesn't serve. Please feel free to call up an individual in our lives who represents these Divine Masculine qualities, or some of them, and give thanks to this person. Reminding ourselves that our fathers and father figures are not heroes. They did not have the tools that we do to nurture these qualities. They may have done just the best they can with the limited tools they had. Reminding ourselves that many of our fathers and father figures emerge from severe trauma, emerge from a world of punishment, shame, and fear. And how hard that is. Just giving thanks to our fathers and father figures for doing the best they could with the tools they had. Letting go of our resentment. Making a commitment to forgive. To do highest and best for ourselves and others. And taking a few more deep breaths in silence to close our practice. And thank you everyone here for meeting with me today. Very nice to see you in person finally. And of course, thank you everyone for meeting online as usual. Wishing you a wonderful Father's Day. I look forward to your testimonials about what it means to amplify the Divine Masculine in our day-to-day lives, to set the best example we can for our loved ones, to set a good example for ourselves, to forgive when we err, and to keep moving forward, committed to offering our highest and best. Thank you so much for meeting with me today. Have a wonderful week. Bye-bye.